Hello Internet, this video is part of the Jeep Projects playlist on Scott's Garage, where my 89-year-old father and I are doing a complete frame-off restoration of our 1946 Willys CJ2a. In this video, I will show you how I installed these 4 original style hydraulic shock absorbers sold by Kaiser Willys Auto Supply. Now, these original style shocks fit practically every Willys Jeep from 1941 all the way to 1964. The MBs, the GPWs, the CJ2a, the CJ3a, 3b, and the M38s. Keep watching. Now, the Jeep project on Scott's Garage is being sponsored by Kaiser Willys Auto Supply. If you need any part for your Willys Jeep, shop at kaiserwillys.com. Quality parts, including these shock absorbers. And if you do that, please use my discount code SGarage for 10% off. By using SGarage, you help support this project on Scott's Garage. Thank you. Here's a close-up of the shocks. These are the rears. These are the fronts. So just note that the rears are just a little bit longer. Also, the rears have this extra plate that's spot welded on the bottom third of it. I'm going to assume that this faces forward, so as you're driving and hitting rocks or rocks flying up, whatever, that it protects the shock a little bit more. I'm not positive about that. Those who are experts on Willys Jeeps and MBs, correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to start on the driver's side rear. On this side, I have the original shock mounts on the top and the bottom. And on the top here, there's a spacer right here. It looks like it's made out of neoprene, I'm assuming. And it's about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch. And as I look at it, and I look straight down, the bottom plate here, likewise, is about 3/4 of an inch from the leaf springs, which seem to be lined up with the frame. So it's about the right distance away to make it equal. And I'm going to put the shock in place, and then I have some washers that I'll put on the outside. Here is that extra plate right here that is spot welded in 6 places. And again, I'm going to assume that it's going to go on the bottom edge like that. For anything that's kicked up, it protects the shock a little bit more. Okay, I bought these extra thick washers at my local hardware store. Not cheap, $2.59 a piece, but they're the right thickness and really the right size. And a cotter pin. I'll spread these cotter pins in just a second. Let me get these on first. Okay, we're moving on now to the passenger side rear. Now this is a little bit different. So I replaced the upper shock mount, separate video. I'll link to it above and also in the description below. These are universal shock mounts for any Willys Jeeps, sold at kaiserwillys.com. But notice here that the way this shock mount is built, it already shoots it out about 3/4 of an inch. It does line up with the leaf spring below, at least the plate sticking out here. So the placement is right. Now this comes with a lock washer with a nylon lock thing on it. So I'll be putting the shock in place. I'll be using a washer and cotter key for the bottom. I think a washer on the top, we'll see, but with the locking nut. So a little bit different look. Like on the other side, this plate that is spot welded on, I'm going to face it towards the front. There's a purple or scarlet string that's holding these bushings in place, and I'll pull that string out after I get it on. Okay, I'm going to let the lock nut, and I have a smaller washer I think for this one. I'll let that push it on. I'll tighten it in a minute. For the bottom, I'll use the thicker washer and the cotter key. This locking nut is 3/4. Oh, that's beautiful. Sucks it right in there. And that's tight. For the bottom, I'm just going to spread the cotter pin. Okay, moving on to the passenger front. Now, the passenger front, these are the original shock mounts. There is a spacer right there, like I showed on the other side. And likewise with the bottom, the leaf spring plate, it's about 3/4 of an inch. So these are lined up. And I'll be using washers and cotter keys for top and bottom here. Okay, being a little bit stubborn here, I'm just going to use a soft mallet, tap it in. There we go. Unfortunately, my hardware store didn't have enough of those thick washers that fit more evenly with the shock. So I don't have to use these. I may go back and replace them, we'll see. Now I'm on the driver's front. So this is where the new shock mount was welded on. You can see a separate video how I did that. Notice as well, again, that the way these new shock mounts are, and they're universal for all Willys Jeeps, and that it brings it out a little bit. So this is lined up with down here, and the lower mount, which is original. So on this one, I'll be putting the shock on, a washer and nut here, and then down there, a washer and a cotter key. Again, the soft mallet, I think this is made out of leather. Got a washer and the vinyl locking nut. I'll tighten it in a minute. I have the one last thicker washer for the bottom, just right. There we go. So you really have a needle nose for this, but working in my dad's garage, sometimes his tools are hard to find. Again, 3/4 inch for the locking nut here. All right, you can only go so much and it's completely tight. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any value at all from this video, please give me a thumbs up. It costs you nothing, but it's of great value to me. Also, please support the Jeep Project on Scott's Garage by using the discount code SGarage as you shop at KaiserWillys.com. We'll see you in the next video. It's going to be all about brakes.